I've criticized Murder Drones a lot. Some of my criticisms, I think, at least my opinion, have been good, some have been bad, but overall, I can definitely say that the show isn't perfect. However, I still enjoy watching this show. I rewatch it regularly whenever I'm in a long car ride, or on the plane, or whatever. And this got me kind of curious. I mean, the show is by no means a perfect show, or has a perfect story or characters. I'm pretty sure my channel is a perfect representation of why that isn't the case. So why can a show like Murder Drones be so popular, yet not be so perfect within the story or writing aspect? Now, I do have to say this one thing. You still need a relatively good story in order to maintain popularity in your story, whether that be a TV show, movie, comic dub, or whatever. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, Murder Drones is a perfect example of this, but still at least try to make your story relatively good. I mean, if you're doing this in the first place, you'd probably want that anyway. But that's enough of me yapping about that. Let's get into the main topic of this video. First off, there was this little thing that happened globally. It was a small thing that was like a pandemic, like with COVID-19 or whatever. I'm not sure if you heard about it. The Murder Drones pilot was released in 2021, kind of the tail end of the pandemic, or at least with the restrictions in the United States, which I'm pretty sure is the majority of the views on the Glitch Productions channel. So it would make sense that when everyone was still sort of stuck inside, or at least choosing to be inside, it would find this and then be more engaged and then watch the entire show, giving it more views and popularity. Although you probably think this is a pretty minor factor, especially since it was at the tail end of the pandemic, at least in the United States. You're probably right, but I'm just mentioning it because it's worth saying, and maybe it isn't a small factor, maybe it was really large, it's just we'll never know. Another reason why Murder Drones could have been so popular is because of the love of the fandom of the show. People created a lot of things, whether it be their comic AUs or alternate universes of the show, their own original characters or OCs, whether it be themselves as a worker drone or an entirely new character. People made theories about the episodes and what would happen next as the episodes released. People made reviews, including myself, that spread around the knowledge that Murder Drones existed to people who either didn't know about it or to people who already knew about it, watched the shows, and just grew the fandom in general, and plenty of other ways that the fandom helped grow the show. I think it's a pretty fair assumption to make that new fans were drawn to the show because they saw a piece of artwork that someone posted online, saw a review of one of the episodes, or saw a theory about it. In fact, it's pretty fair to assume that because that's literally how I was introduced to the show. It was introduced to the show through a film theory about it, and thought to myself, maybe I should go check out the show, and then here we are today. Another reason why Murder Drones was so popular was because of the Amazing Digital Circus. I mean, the pilot episode alone has more views than all of the episodes of Murder Drones combined, and obviously some Digital Circus fans migrated over from TADC to Murder Drones, so obviously that boosted its popularity as well. Another reason why Murder Drones got so popular could be because of how it released its episodes. Now, these episodes were released around 3 months apart from each other, excluding episodes 7 and 8, and also 1 and 2. Those were a little bit different, but the relatively long time between each episode allowed people to once again make theories and reviews and other stuff that built hype around the show and also drew new watchers in, even when episodes or whatever wasn't being released. And finally, the show overall was just an enjoyable watch. Except for episode 5. If your show isn't enjoyable to watch, your show isn't going to succeed most of the time. Maybe there's one obscure example that I don't know about, but generally I'm pretty sure this is basically true. Now, how you make your show an enjoyable watch is mostly kind of just pleasing the fandom, but not making it so that you change the story completely. Now, although this isn't explicitly shown in Murder Drones, I'm just gonna tell you this because this is just my opinion. If you want your show to succeed and please your fans, you're gonna have to do a little bit of fan service. Now, obviously don't change your show completely, but if a character in the show is getting really popular, then give them a small arc that not necessarily has to impact the entire show, but at least make some people happy. I mean, Murder Drones didn't do this with Jay. I'm pretty sure if it did, then a lot of people would be pretty happy, except, you know, they did it, so then a lot of people got mad. If a character in your story is liked a lot, then give them a few more lines or something, but don't change the story to make it revolve around this character or change change with this character or whatever, because then that show or story could start to plummet. But overall, Murder Drones is a popular show due to it probably being made during the pandemic, the fandom being generally pretty positive, although there are a few rough patches here and there, it's still generally pretty good. Digital Circus coming out and spiking its popularity, the episodes being released in a decent amount of time apart from each other, which gives room for theories, reviews, and more fans to be drawn in, and overall just being an enjoyable watch. And that's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment if you want me to do this with other shows like Digital Circus, and subscribe, and bye.